So we're continuing in the Sefer Tamid Imach. The last thing we went through, we're at the end of the Sheila Beis, Daf Ayin Gimel. We talked about the importance of putting in an effort, even if someone's not successful in learning, to put in an effort to keep Torah mitzvahs, even things that seem small. We talked about Devara, and then the last thing we talked about was the Sefer Zerua, that had a whole Maisa about someone who was in the Chaver Kadisha, who saw someone who, after he passed away, came back, and he said he gets a lot of kavod in Gan Eden because he said the brachas. He was a simple Jew, but he said the brachas nicely in shul. So I'll tell you a Maisa. He brings down the footnote on Daf Ayin Gimel, the importance of, again, keeping mitzvahs, even mitzvahs that just seem, a little bit simple, and specifically Kibud V'Eim. He quotes a Sefer Seder Hadaris. Seder Hadaris is a Sefer that goes to the history of the world, that has fascinating midrashim in there. And in Chalk, the Chelik of Tanaim and Amoraim Ois Yod, it says the following. These are the words of Seder Hadaris. Yeshua ben Elaim, he was one of the leaders of Klal Yisrael, one of the Tanaim. He gidula bechaloim, and he had a dream. And in the dream, he was told the following message: Sameach bilvavecha, you should be happy. Sha'ata v'nanis hakatzev, you and Nanis the butcher. The Katzev is like a butcher, and Nanis usually means a little person. Some Nanis HaKatzev, that's what he was called. You and Nanis HaKatzev, Meishava and Meshavecha B'Gan Eden are going to be together in Gan Eden. V'chelka b'chelka sham ke'echa, and you have a chelik with him. So, Kishanir Rav Yeshua, when Yeshua woke up, Chasha b'libai, he thought to himself, from early, he was not happy with this. He says, Shemiyoyim shenaladati ha'yisi tam b'yiris kaini. I've spent my whole life working on Yiras Shamayim. V'liyamalti ela b'Torah, and I only are Isaac in Torah. Loi halachti arba amis b'lei tzitzis u'tefillin, and he doesn't walk dalet amis without tzitzis and tefillin. Hayli shmoinim talmidim, and I have 80 students. V'achsher shkulin ma'isi v'teirasi makotzev, and I'm the same as this butcher. Nanis the butcher. That's the same chelik. Spent my whole life. This is what's going on. So shalach l'talmidav, he sent to his students the following message: Teidu shlei kones lebeis hamedrash. I will not go to yeshiva to give shir at she'era mihu zeh ha'ish. I will not go until I find out who is this Nanis HaKatzev. Find him for me and find out what his story is. Miyad halachim talmidav me'ir le'ir b'shal b'shem ha'ish b'shem aviv. So the students go out to try to find, they go from town to town until they finally find this person. Kishenichnas miyad shal miyad heicha Nanis HaKatzev. They ask the people in the town, where is the Nanis HaKatzev? They said, why would the students of Rabbi Yeshua want to know this guy? Ata chasid v'tzadik v'tishal eshkamayu. And Rabbi Yeshua went with the students. They said to Rabbi Yeshua, you're the leader of Klal Yisrael. You don't need to ask about this. He's a very simple guy. He's not really worth it. So he said, so Rabbi Yeshua said, so what does this guy do? They said there's nothing really special about him. You got to meet the guy, but there's nothing standing out. So miyad shalchu b'shviloi. So Yeshua sent a message. He sent his students, go get him. Amr Loi, Rav Yeshua ben Elam Shailim Isach. And he said, tell them that Rav Yeshua wants to see him. Some of them Nanas mi anoich. He said, this Nanas HaKatzev says to the students, who are you? Mi avoisai b'Yisrael she Rav Yeshua Shailaisi. So Amr Loi, Ambud v'lechi manu. So they said to Nanas, you got to come with us. Rav Yeshua wants to meet you. Chasha b'libai. So this Nanas HaKatzev thinks to himself, shekol masha Amr Loi shekeru. Everything that they're saying, it's a ruse. They're making fun of me. There's no way the leader of Klal Yisrael wants to talk to me. This must be a joke. This is a guy in a small shtetl. He says, Amr loy elachim achem shetem esachim bi. He said, I'm not going with you. This is a joke. This is some sort of prank. I'm not interested. Chazar of Yeshua. So they go back to the students. Go back to Yeshua. Amr loy ata ar Yisrael v'arei nenu ateres risheinu eik tishachenu b'shviloi v'lei ratza leilachim manu. So the student said, listen, you got to move on. You're the leader of Klal Yisrael. You're the crown on the jewel of the crown on the head of Knesset Yisrael, and he doesn't want to come with us. So Amrlem Teidu Shlei Eshav Acheroise. Rav Yeshua said, I will not go, I will not leave until I meet this person. Halach Rav Yeshua Ba'atzmai. Rav Yeshua himself goes to Nanas HaKatzev's house. V'nofel Nanas Apnei Rav Yeshua v'Amrle. Ma Yom Yamayim Sha'ateres Yisrael Ba Lefnei Avdoi. So the Nanas HaKatzev falls to the floor and he says, "What? Why is the leader of Klal Yisrael? What did I do to deserve that the leader of Klal Yisrael wants to talk to me?" So Amalei Davar Yeshli Daber Imach. Amalei Daber. So he says, "I want to speak to you." So he says, "Of course." So Amalei Mama Asechel Ma'am Malachtecha. So Rabbi Yeshua says, "You got to tell me what you do. There's something special about you. You got to tell me what you do." So Amalei Dani Katzavani. See, Nana says, "Listen, I'm a butcher. Yeshli Ava Im Zakenim. I'm a simple guy. I have parents who are older, and they can't really walk. They're older. They can't be taken care of. And every day, I dress them, I bathe them, and I feed them myself. That's all I do. I'm a simple guy. There's nothing else. I'm a regular. I work. He's poor, and I take care of my parents because they're physically unable. Miyad Amr Rav Yeshua v'Nashka Aroisha. Rav Yeshua got up and kissed him on his forehead. V'Amr le B'ni Ashrecha v'Asher Gerlecha Ma'Toy v'Manoim v'Ashri Chelki Shezachisi Liyos Chaverecha B'Ganein. He said, "How lucky I am to be in the same chelik of you. Someone who's willing to do these mitzvahs that are not easy, and there's no fanfare. That itself will get you in the chelik mamish to be with the Gadol B'Yisrael." And it's obviously a very, very beautiful message to take to heart. And tomorrow, Bez Hashem, will continue.